Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. We are back. It's the 9th of December. Let's take a look at this. I nearly said this year's advent calendar. Isn't that interesting? I meant to say today's, this year. Oh, interesting. So there's something about today that actually has some bearing over the whole year, or the whole year to come, or this year for you generally. So maybe we're going to see some very big themes in the cards today. So let's take a look and see what we've got. So we have 3 tarot cards from the Lightseers Tarot. We have 1 Mushroom Oracle and 2 Fairy Oracles today. So we've got a very woodland, esoteric, fairy energy coming through here. We have Lost and Found. What was once lost is about to be found thanks to the Lost and Found Fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realised were lost. Wait for winter. Well, we are in winter. Maybe this is going to talk about something you have been waiting for that's about to come to pass. And the Death Cap Mushroom endings on number 19. Well, indeed, we are coming to the end of the year now. So this is very interesting energy. Wow, we've been waiting to regroup, waiting to pull our energy back in. Maybe it's time to step back into your spirituality now. Maybe it's time to put an end to a cycle. And I've been working on my 2026 Psychic Predictions ebook, which is up for pre-order at the moment. You can find that at angelwingsholistics.com. I will put the link below as well. And I already know from the work I've done on it so far, it's not quite done yet. It will be. Don't worry, it will be done. I already know that next year is going to be about new beginnings, and it's going to be very exciting new beginnings energy. But from the spiritual point of view, I want to say this is about spiritual new beginnings and spiritual endings. So if you've been in a situation, a job, relationship, home, location that hasn't been working for you on the spiritual level, it may be time for that to come to an end now. It may be time for that that period of your life to be over. We are ending cycles. We are ending eras, I suppose, if you like, right now. And that's quite an important energy coming in. And there is this reminder that winter is actually a very good time for endings. Lots of things end in the winter. Lots of plants come to the end of certain cycles in winter. We understand that nature goes through its cycles. Many animals go to sleep for winter, don't they? So there is this strong sense of endings and beginnings coming in. And then we have the Magician, the 9 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. So there may be a bit of a dissatisfied energy coming through here. Maybe it's a disappointment. Maybe it's having to leave behind a potential relationship or a job that you thought was going to last longer than it actually did. And it looks like you're going to have to shift and change. And it can be upsetting. It can also be very worrisome with the 9 of Swords here. Let me just focus on the cards a bit better so you can see them. There we go. 5 of Cups is a very disappointed energy where we don't necessarily see the potential in the situation. All we see is the loss. All we see is what we've missed out on. 9 of Swords is also a card of nightmares, so you may be having very vivid dreams at the moment. I certainly did last night. Absolutely crazy. Batshit crazy. Also quite fun because I was communicating telepathically with my cat in my dream. So that was pretty cool. But again, there's that spiritual element coming in here. But with the Magician, we are promised new things. We are promised new beginnings. And we are also promised that that which we ask for, we can manifest for ourselves. We can get the outcomes that we desire. We can have the changes in our life that we desire. And I feel that next year is going to be quite pivotal for bringing in change for all of us. It's going to be a very interesting year. So I do want to say, chin up if you're feeling down. Try to be positive and try to just know that better things are coming for you. And it's absolutely okay to mourn things that you've lost or are losing, or opportunities that you feel you've missed out on unfairly, situations that ended in ways you would rather they hadn't. You know, maybe you fell out with people when you wanted to stay on good terms, and that's just not always possible, unfortunately, and that's okay. This is life, and we all have our experiences to go through. And I do want to say as well, particularly if there have been fallings out, and this could be with former colleagues, bosses, friends, loved ones, family, you have to remember that they're also on their spiritual path. So even though you might not have wanted to fall out about something, maybe they weren't ready to reconcile or to find middle ground with you, and that's part of their spiritual path. So sometimes I will say, you know, if you're in a situation and you don't understand the spiritual lesson, sometimes it's because you're the teacher. Sometimes it's because you're facilitating a lesson for somebody else. So that could be what's actually happening here. But there is this beautiful message of finding something again. It's not only lost, there's also finding something, getting something back. Maybe it's a pet that's returning who went missing. Maybe it's a part of your life that you've been missing out on. Maybe you stopped your spiritual practice or going to your church or your spiritual place. Maybe you stopped going out for walks because you were under the influence of someone else who didn't like going walking. So you tried to compromise and do what they wanted to, which isn't compromising, by the way. That's doing what the other person wants. But there is this sense of renewal, of getting something back that you've been waiting for a long time, that you've been yearning for a long time, whether it's a lifestyle, a thing, a person, you know, an animal in your life. And this is important, and this does mark the beginning of a new era on some level for you. But very, very interesting energy today, very spiritual energy. There's a lot of potency here as well, a lot of potential from a manifesting point of view. Of course, if you need any help with manifesting, you can get a copy of my book, Dream Bigger, How the Law of Attraction Really Works, which is always linked in the description below. So yeah, try not to be disheartened, even if things feel a little bit disappointing or difficult today. It's okay. It's all part of the path, and it is all part of the journey. Try not to see them as setbacks, and just know that better things are actually on their way for you. But for some of them, we may need to wait until next year. Okay, my friends, I hope that was enjoyable. I hope that was helpful. Please do leave me a comment in the description below. See which parts resonated for you. Please remember to give me a like. You can also hype this video if you think it's good, and that way I go on a leaderboard and more people are more likely to see me. Now, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I'm horrified how many people watch these videos who are not subscribers. Come on, guys, we're trying to get to 10,000 subs. Help a girl out here. And until tomorrow, wishing you so much love, tranquility, and peace. Take good care. Bye-bye.